Syracuse's run in the Big East tournament comes to an end. Coming up, it's a special edition of OPP at MSG. You'll hear from head coach Jim Boeheim, and we'll take you inside a very solemn but focused Orange locker room. Orange Press Pass begins right now. Welcome into Orange Press Pass from MSG. I'm Ryan Clutty with our two analysts this time, Chris Lewis and Dan Gerard. Syracuse loses to Cincinnati 71-68 and continues a trend where they've won 5 Big East titles, but none as a #1 seed.
Ryan can't blame it on the double bye this time, since he also coming off the double bye.
Yeah, no question about that. But you know what? They lost in the semifinals back in 2003. We saw how that ended up.
Well, let's take a look at those final statistics, beginning with Cincinnati, because, Chris, we really don't want to look at those first-half statistics where Cincinnati shot 62% from three.
Yeah, 8 for their first 10 from behind the arc. It was tough to watch. Just them drain 3 after 3. It was almost like a 3-point shootout. Whoever it was right draining them. Kilpatrick from the corner. Syracuse's defense a little bit late coming out.
But they were 2 of 12 to close that. Scoop Jardine, another negative, bad performance for him. 6 points tonight, 8 points in the last 3 games. He doesn't want his senior career to end this early. If he keeps up these type of performances, it'll end as soon as he knows it.
Scoop Jardine and Chris Joseph very absent in the production of these statistics. Let's hear now from the head coach on this latest loss.
I really think for us, the key has been all year. It's Chris, Scoop, Brandon, and Dion, and in terms of offensive production, and we're hopeful that James, he got the same shots tonight he got last night. Last night they went in. We need him to make a couple. He's going to play. He's going to get 6 or 7 shots just like he did tonight, and we need him to make a couple.
Welcoming back Chris and Dan. Now I'm Ryan Clutty as OPP continues from the court here at MSG. Let's break down this game further, and it really just the whole story of the game was Cincinnati's ability to score on offense, 4 players in double figures.
It started with the first couple minutes of the game, hitting shots from behind the arc, and it was insane. 8 for the first 10, and it seemed like Kashmir Wright and Sean Kilpatrick. Kilpatrick started 4 for his first 4. It's hard to win when you're letting that happen. Syracuse made the adjustments in the second half defensively with the zone, but it might have been a little bit too late. You can't start adjusting when you're down by 17. It has to be sooner.
And those outside shooting in the first half, it was really Yancey Gates getting the ball inside in the second half, and Yancey Gates did have a couple cherry-picking moments that Syracuse, the defense, just did not get back on. 18 points for him, building off a 23-point performance he had against Georgetown in the quarterfinals. Cincinnati was just flowing on all facets on the offensive side.
While Cincinnati was unconscious shooting the ball in that first half, Syracuse didn't help themselves in the second half, turning the ball over, a lot of mistakes, 15 turnovers today for the Orange.
Right. Syracuse played well enough to come back in this game, and it was just those mistakes, the missed free throws. You said it, not getting back on D after a basket, and Yancey Gates just slammed it down. And just more Deion Waiters at the end, making the free throw he was supposed to miss, and then not picking up everybody on the ensuing inbound. You have to be able to execute. You leave yourself no room for error when you fall behind by 17.
4 costly free throws, 2 misses from Brandon Trish, and you saw Coach Boeheim's reaction after that. He was completely stunned when he see him miss those free throws that would have made it a 1-possession game. Fab Mello missed 2 free throws. Them in the turnover, Scoop Jardine picking up his 4th foul with 12 minutes to go in the game.
That was the key play.
Exactly. Just shaky performance, something that we really haven't been accustomed to seeing from the Syracuse team. They played this bend but not break mentality. Tonight they broke.
Not a lot of bright spots for the Orange, but one player that did steal the spotlight was Deion Waiters, 28 points.
After the game, Mick Cronin said he hadn't seen anything like what Deion Waiters. He put on a show, he said, here in Madison Square Garden, and it's true. He played very well. It's a shame, though, it couldn't come in a victory the way he was able to bring Syracuse back almost single-handedly from behind the arc.
He loves the spotlight, combined 46 points in these 2 games here at Madison Square Garden. He looks primed to have a big run in the NCAA tournament.
He loves when these lights are on. The lights are off now, so let's take you inside the Orange locker room and hear from Mr. Waiters and the rest of the Orange.
I mean, I just was on. I was feeling it, and me being confident, I just taking the shots they gave me. I made a couple contested, tough jump shots.
In the first half, when you saw Cincy basically hitting every shot, known to mankind, did you say to yourself, I got to turn this thing around myself?
No, not at all. It's a team thing at the end of the day. It's not about one person. we as a unit got to stop Cincinnati from shooting. So that was the main thing. But, you know, I give them guys a lot of credit, man. They hit a lot of shots, a lot of big-time shots. Some was contested, some was open. But, you know, at the end of the day, from the guards, we got to do a better job on controlling all that up top.
You got to pay attention to, you know, personnel, and you can't really go on what the team has done, you know, the night before, because, you know, they didn't shoot the ball so well against Georgetown, but they came in here tonight and they shot the ball really well.
Today I think we played well in spurts, but Cincinnati speeded the game up and they played, you know, they slowed us down. They played a little 2-2-1 press that was really nothing, but it slowed us down and it made us think a little bit. And when a team do that, you know, we can't allow them to do that against us. We have to play Syracuse way and be aggressive at all times, and starts for me.
Certainly a lot quieter Orange locker room than yesterday as we welcome back Chris and Dan. If you could put a bow on this semifinal exit for Syracuse, what would it be?
Well, my final thought, if you will, is where are the seniors? And Coach Boeheim said after the game that the seniors are the players on this team that are inconsistent. And that's the one thing that's confusing to me, because you think of the younger guys as the ones that might be more up and down, maybe guys like Waiters, guys like Fair. But no, Coach Boeheim said the guys that need to make sure they're at their A game are Scoop Jardine and Chris Joseph. And to me, that's a little bit different than what you'd expect.
Yeah, no question about it. And tonight, they flirted with disaster really in recent weeks, playing that bend but not break mentality. But tonight finally caught up to them, losing tonight against Cincinnati. Look, they're 31-2. I think this team will learn more from a loss than they would have if they had won. They had won 11 games in a row coming into tonight. I think they could take a lot out of this game, use it as a blueprint moving forward to the NCAA tournament, and also tighten up defensively. They need to do that big time.
So now the Orange will have an extra day to prepare for the NCAA tournament. They will find out the road they will have to take toward a title on Sunday. What will be the key for the Orange in their final phase of the season?
Well, already Ryan mentioned a key, and that's the seniors playing to the level that they're expected. But another one, making sure you make adjustments before you get out of a game. And Syracuse did very good at adjusting in the 2-3 zone after they were down by 17. You can't let yourself get down by too much before you change your style.
I think this team will go far based off the fact that tonight, a little shoddy defensively, but overall this season, for the most part, they've been able to turn that transition to offense, that defense into offense. That's been a bread and butter for this team this season. Tonight really wasn't able to encompass and make up for the fact that they struggled off the top. They're not going to play a complete 40 minutes. That's really not going to be what this team is going to define this team. If they tighten up defensively, tighten that 2-3 zone, I think this team still has a major run in them.
Well, we thank you for watching OPP at MSG, and just like this Big East tournament, Citrus TV will have coverage of the NCAA tournament with continuous updates at sportsblog.citrustv.net, as well as on Twitter at Citrus TV Sports. With Chris Lewis and Dan Gerard, I'm Ryan Coletti.